Yeah, so I'm making another video. Um, it's really funny. Like, before my mom put me in that one psych ward, the first time that she put me in, um, a detective came to talk to me, and I was like, you killed my father and you killed my friends, and he said, we had to, and I'm like, well, I'm not up to anything bad. I'm not doing anything wrong. He goes, no, you're different. That's what the detective said to me. And I didn't get his name even, but I almost felt like he was kind of messing with me and stuff before they checked me in. Sometimes I wonder if he was even a real detective. I don't know, but he said you're different. That's what he said to me. Um, but I don't think I am, because they were trying to get me into car accidents. They were slamming on the brakes remotely, and they're doing all sorts of stuff like that. So I mean, the only way I could be different is because they put these microwave weapons in inside of the car's dash. A gang stalker called it an RFD. Um, the only way I could be different is that they want to torture me, instead of just kill me. But they died from suicide programming, MK Ultra suicide programming. Look it up. They all died of forced overdoses, all of them. Some of them weren't even drug addicts or anything like that. They were all prescribed prescription drugs. One of them got them off the street, but they were prescription drugs, and every time, like, I don't mess with that stuff, but they did, I guess. And every time they get it, they would take the entire bottle, and then they'd lay down and die. Every time. The detective said, that we had to. So, I mean, they weren't all white nationalists either. There was I'm gonna say his name so you can look up the news article. Charles Dano, and he was like a scientist. He played with like Tesla tech, and like he was into like collecting elements and stuff, and he was like a scientist. You know what I mean? And he was kind of like a hippie or something. He like smoked weed, and he made a lot of jokes. He listened to Pink Floyd. He was a pretty cheerful guy. Um, but sometimes I wonder if he was a perp, because he didn't treat me all that good either. He didn't treat me all that good either. And I'm wondering if they like killed off perps that wanted to tell me the truth sometimes. Looking back on my life, the people that got killed off didn't treat me so good. Looking back, I don't think I ever had anybody who treated me good in my entire life, besides my father, which my father got killed in an accident. He was riding his motorcycle and somebody hit him. And it was somebody who borrowed a friend's car. And I'm not going to say where this happened, or the person's name or anything, but the last name was Riddle. 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 Now, I think that's really weird, because it's almost like code. Like, it's just crazy, man. The whole thing is crazy. I was 9 years old when that happened. And the whole thing's crazy. And they did suicide programming on me. I took an entire bottle of 90 pills of Klonopin and laid down in bed, but I didn't remember doing it. I woke up the next day and I had no memory of doing it. I was almost dead when I woke up, slurring my words and stuff. I didn't know what the hell happened. I had no idea what happened to me. Like I was programmed to kill myself. After I survived that, I remembered the incident with my uncle, he was definitely a Freemason. I've discussed this in other videos. And like right after I survived and remembered that, my gang stalking went over, and like, I was gang stalked years and years before this, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why I'd walk into a store and there'd be 20 people that come in as soon as I enter, or why people would pull up as soon as I get there. Like, that's been happening like 20 years, but I didn't know what it was, you know? I didn't know why people say fucked up things to me. I thought people just hated me. I thought maybe it's because of my tattoos. I thought maybe it was because I listened to metal music and wore maybe metal or punk t-shirts. I thought it was all sorts of stuff, you know? And then I would get sick and I'd have horrible body aches for a long time, you know? I didn't know why I was having these horrible body aches and stuff, and infections and all that. I didn't know that people were doing stuff to me with remote weapons. You know, none of this occurred to me. So, yeah, none of it occurred to me. I didn't know that the government killed my friends, killed my father. You know, my father was like a biker, and I guess he was probably called a terrorist too. Like, I didn't realize all this, you know. I didn't understand. I didn't comprehend it. But now I do, and yeah, I'm scared, man. Yeah, and you know, like, when I posted that last car for sale that had the weapon in the dash too, I posted it on Craigslist and I got like 30 calls within the first half an hour. Like, people kept, my phone was ringing off the hook. It was a 2008, so, and I didn't put it up real cheap or anything. Like, and the person that came here and got it was like, after I signed the title, he started perping me. He really cheapskated me, you know, and I lowered the price for him way down, and then he pretty much told me I better pray, and like he said things that he shouldn't have known. He started perping me. He did messed up stuff. It was obviously an agent to come take the evidence that I had, you know. They're always taking my evidence one way or another, whether they break my computer, delete files, or like, I even had spy sunglasses. I was trying to record gang stalkers. They would like remotely corrupt the files. They would use, I don't know, an EMP or something to mess with the video files, even though it wasn't an online device. Yeah, do all sorts of stuff to me, man. Like, straight up torture me, you know? Straight up torture me. And I don't have a steady place to live. I've lost all my belongings. I own like only a few things, you know. I don't own anything anymore. Man, sometimes I wish I had a van to live in, you know. Like, I wanted to buy a van for a while, but I don't make enough money to buy one, you know. I want to cover up a bunch of my tattoos and try to get a job and have a normal life, but every time I take any steps in the direction towards doing things like that, I get knocked down, you know. And I don't know what kind of job I could do with my legs being all messed up, you know, because of these weapons used on me and stuff. I got both my hips replaced, and you know, they're always putting amputees around me to taunt me and make me think I'm getting my limbs amputated. Lately, it's been people with their arms missing, like links to people with their arms missing, like just to taunt me. Like, I'll think of something, and then when I think of something, it comes up like in a suggested YouTube video or on the YouTube homepage. I'll think of something, and they'll put it there. That's how these neural weapons work. Like, the people with the neural weapons have access to your computers and all that, man. You know? And your gang stalkers do, too. All your gang stalkers watch everything you do. Every one of them. Every one of them knows everything about you. So that they can come and harass you when they see you. They come and harass you. Yeah, and, you know, I want you guys to check out Justice T.I. because my situation's just about the same as him. I've been promoting his channel and just throwing his name out there. Yeah, you got to be careful. Most of these TIs on YouTube are fake. Most of them are fake. And unless you're a real TI, you wouldn't know that they're fake. You would have no idea. You know, like I don't even know who to trust. I've been psyoped and messed with so many times that I don't know who I can trust, and like yeah, it makes you paranoid when this happens to you. Yeah, they killed everybody. They killed fucking everybody in my life. They killed. You know, not only did they kill my father, but I had a father figure, like, who would bring me to buy video games and stuff, and he was around for a couple years, and you know, he committed suicide too. When I was like maybe 12 years old, 13 years old, he committed suicide. Yeah, they just do this to everybody, you know? Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've been getting poisoned too much, but like, I bought some fruit, and like, the fruit wasn't ripe or anything. Like, these pears were pretty pretty crunchy. Then the next day, they're almost rotten. So I know they're still using stuff. They're blanketing the house in frequencies or whatnot. I mean, I'm not the only YouTuber who's mentioned like fruit almost going rotten within a day. You know, I've seen other channels that mention that. Yeah, I've got to get some more detection equipment. I've got to find a place to live. Maybe a van, you know, that I could drive it and live in it, like Nappy Head Roots does. He's a good TI to watch too. You know, I don't know. The electronic harassment and the stalking is extremely hard to live through. They definitely want TIs to kill themselves. They definitely do. And I want TIs to leave a comment if they've ever had a suicide attempt that they don't remember doing. I want to know. Have you ever tried to kill yourself and you don't remember doing it? Or know anybody that happened to? Or anybody who suspiciously has killed themselves, like I mentioned my friends doing. Alright, thank you very much. Bye.